kill. We fight every day on the Matrixxx Grooove Hour. It is March 13th, Friday the 13th. Jason likes this. 2020, it's 1:08 p.m. on the East Coast. What is it, 11:08? Shady time. Shady Groove, get on in here. This is my partner in justice, Shady.
10:08 on the West Coast. Hello, happy Friday, everyone. I hope you're all doing well out there and enjoying a break from the mayhem that would be considered the normal America.
Yeah, Friday the 13th and a full moon, Shady. And
yes, sir.
We got Kiwi in here. What is it, 6:08 his time a.m.?
He's a trooper.
He is a trooper, guys. We love our mods. Pickles is out there. Pseudonym. Poussant. Let's see who else we got. Fiona. Fiona's got the drop beer. She's got the drop beers out there. We also have some very special guests. It is our Friday fun day, General Flynn Friday. Make sure we put the General Flynn Defense Fund .org. I can't remember if it's .com or .org. Michael Flynn Defense Fund. Let's get that link up there. If you can give a buck to that, that'd be awesome. We've got some pretty interesting stuff. We've got March Madness pain imminent. We've got coronavirus up the wazoo. We're going to talk about that. We've got, let's bring in first Carly Bonet. Carly, welcome.
Da, da, da.
There she is, Carly Bonet. Thank you very much. There's Wolfpack Radios out there. Jane Finlaw, how you doing? JLB, hello. Chris Bird, welcome to the Q Army, my friend. D. Landry, Red Wave. Wow, you guys. And Diego for you too is out there. David Jones, how are you? Paul Nelson, David Jones, you guys are awesome. James Clark, you saw it here. Bye. See ya. Wolfpack Radio, how are you doing there? Yeah, Esther Q Holland. Wow. We also have Tenacity's out there. Hey, Tenacity. We've also got the JT Wild. JT, get on in here.
Come on over, JT.
Hey, what's up? Patriots, are we ready to rock today?
We are ready.
To rock.
It's March Madness. Do you guys have your brackets filled in yet? So pain is imminent. And I love all the panic on TV. They're saying panic, 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 panic. It reminds me
Storm is here, my brother.
Reminds me of filling in our brackets, and Patriots are now in control, which is panic,
correct,
guys. Let's go over a couple things real quick. I hope you guys enjoyed Black, White, No Difference, episode 10 yesterday. Great Patriots. If you guys have a YouTube channel that you guys want to premiere here on the Matrixxx Grooove Hour, we're here for you because we support Patriots that want to do things, right? We want,
yes.
If you guys want to do a channel, you guys want to do something, get on in here and we'll help you out because that's what Patriots do. There seems to be, Carly, a big green Q on the side of the Capitol building yesterday morning. Have you noticed that?
Yes. I saw a lot of people were putting out tweets too. They had still pictures of it. And It looks like up close, it looks like the Q that has the rabbit in it.
That's right. That's right. I think it was CJ Truth. Here it is right here. Julian's Rum, actually, right here. This is the Julian's Rum. Look at that. It looks like a Q.
Look at that.
Green, Q, rabbit, green, Q, rabbit. Damos, how are you at dawn on Friday, October 1307? A date sometimes linked to the origin of Friday the 13th superstition. King Philip IV ordered Desmoulins and scores of other French Templars to be arrested.
Hence Friday the 13th. Very correct, Demos.
That's right, Demos. How'd you know we might have been talking about that today? Gosh. Future proves past with Demos. Thank you,
yes,
friend.
Sir.
And that's 1745. Q POTUS.
And interesting to note that today starts the ban on the EU, and we are on Friday the 13th. What's the connections there, guys?
That's right. And we got a lot of connections there. I mean, this is insane. Yes, Snapper, Pepe, and in-the-Matrix colors. I love
Boom.
it. Also, we got some other ones too that we'll go over, but let's just kind of just take a look at what's happening now. You got Mark Taylor. They will do anything to keep that sacrifice to their God, and they're getting desperate. Panic. That is in regards to Nancy Pelosi sought to include a potential way to guarantee federal funding for abortion into coronavirus economic stimulus plan. Why do we need abortions into a coronavirus economic stimulus plan, folks?
this is ridiculous, man. And it's the reason that it wasn't going to get voted on. So, and she's asking for $1 billion right now.
Oh, she was a piece of work yesterday because she's at her presser, you know, the one where she was talking all funny. I made some videos of that, but she was saying, look, we're still going to go on, like, we're supposed to go on vacation now or leave, you know. And she's like, I'm not going to stay just because they don't like the way a few words are.
Oh, it's just a few words.
Just a few words.
I see.
That's right.
What a piece of work this witch is.
Was she able to keep her teeth in her mouth when she said that?
No, not at all. I have video proof.
We've got the sauce.
Vernon Peterson says the flights start Friday the 13th. That's right. And they end on 4/10/20.
Imagine that. DJT.
Which is Good
that
Friday.
Good Friday?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Good Friday and DJT.
So Europe, 30 days, Friday the 13th to Good Friday. Very interesting, right?
Very interesting.
So there you go. That's about Nancy Pelosi. These people are sick. You know, they're trying to figure out how to, you know, continue to fund their, fund their deep state crap, right? Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think of that? I mean, Shady, remember we read that, what was it, 2 days ago or yesterday? That one post that was really good, and Poussin posted it again today, so I'm just going to pull it up from there because it's easier than going back through my Twitter. But remember we read this, Shady? Who wants to read this? Shady, take this real quick because I think it's pretty amazing.
I'll read it. Coronavirus cover op 2020. Get civilians and children off the streets, schools, and public events. Prevents cabal doing mass killings for distraction or to take revenge. 2. Quarantine. Cover for mass arrests. Self-quarantine is the world leader and Hollywood celeb version of the CEO resignation. 3. Shutdown. Airports and borders equal no escape for cabal. Earthquakes in Glen Falls, New York equals destroying remaining dumb hideouts and shuttles. 4. Capture, execute cabal figureheads and celebs swiftly without having to red pill the public, which can come later after the dust is settled. 5. 0% payroll tax, extend 4/15 tax deadline equals restructure the IRS, cut off tax revenue to corrupt IRS funnel to cabal. 6. Draining the swamp operation, disguised as a public health safety response. Genius Patriots plan. God bless America, and please stock up on popcorn from now till 4/10/20. And, you know, we were talking about that a lot yesterday, Matrixxx, the idea of this being the cover, and we would have to have a cover. So many connections back to the QMAP with Corona, the Corona offline tweets, and now we have this virus that is indicates the sun, Corona, right? Crowned Corona, also crowned the monarchies, the totalitarian dictatorships that rule our planet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Corona, sun worship, them. I really do think we boomeranged it to them, guys. Define false flag, right?
Yep.
Let me see. I have a, because I actually tweeted it just before the show. I'm like going through Q posts going, China, oh my God, dude. So let's go up there real quick. Oh, I just passed the one. There's the tweet that I just had too. Anyways, Matthew Broderick, his sister. I mean, it's kind of insane what's happening, guys.
I love how this virus passes other people in the family, passes through mass amounts of people, and just pinpoints a sister or a brother or Tom Hanks.
Yep.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Out of all the people in the world.
That's right. So here we go to
Trudeau's wife.
Trudeau's
wife, not Trudeau.
Yep, Trudeau's wife. That's right. 3501. Possible China monitored Mueller hearing. Possible China analyzing likelihood of POTUS re-election 2020. Possible China taking steps, think propaganda, to harm POTUS regarding 2020. Possible China in secure comms with D candidates running for president regarding reinstitute U.S. piggy bank. Possible China insecure comms with former D party senior officials regarding reinstitute U.S. piggy bank. Possible China put extreme threatening pressure on NK the day of Mueller hearing. Coincidence? Should hearing swing to POTUS? Possible acts were taken in effort to diminish, lessen D blow. Possible acts were taken in effort to change narrative. Define false flag. Q.
Coronavirus.
Boom.
You know,
And
this
you
is-
even had China Joe with his little "if I was president" presser yesterday,
yes, he did.
saying how it was bad to say that this is a Chinese virus. You know,
Yeah.
they're all playing that.
Every one of them, Carly, on every Mockingbird media. And even I was noticing today how, you know, like the local morning shows and stuff, just the local morning shows are doing the exact same thing all across the country. That's where I think this pandemonium is coming from, is being projected so much by the local news that people are seeing when they get up every morning at 6 o'clock. That's all agreeing across the country you should panic.
That's right.
Everyone that is sticking up for China is in China's pocket.
Correct.
Period.
And
Period.
And Bobby
Remember,
T. One
they
Shot
had
says it's all about your DNA, and that could very well be as well, guys.
Yeah, you know, what was it, $1 billion for Harvard alone from China?
Yeah.
Also, you guys, you know, think about there's a reason that these posts from a year ago, like, actually make sense, you know, now and in the future, is because, you know, this is something that these people have been just constantly repeating. It's like a cycle. If this happens, then this is what we got to do. If this happens, then this is what we got to do. And it always turns to a pandemic, right? It always ends up being some life-threatening thing that's nobody's fault.
That's right.
Well, they couldn't get the guns. They couldn't get the guns. So now that they have this and everybody's off the street, so we're going to go with the virus play now.
That's right.
Makes sense. And it's just a complete, what we're doing now is throwing a wrench in that cycle, going, okay, every time you guys do this, we're going to point it out where you did it in the past, and so that the future will prove the past. So we'll be able to predict eventually every single move you guys make.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, that's right. You know, by the way, guys, there's some really big news here today. We've got 2 birthdays. We've got Jackie and INF John.
For you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Guys.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
you.
Happy birthday to
you.
Happy birthday to
you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to
you.
Thank you very much. Comment to tell me what to sing next time.
There you go. Happy birthday, INF John and Jack. Jackie, thank you. We love you guys. Happy birthday to you guys. That's some big breaking news right there, folks.
Much love.
Much love, guys. Much love.
I can't breathe.
Carly's choked up over there.
Carly, you good? You okay? Just wait till it's your birthday. Oh my God. Oh,
It's
boy,
coming up soon. It's coming up soon. You better save that clip for me.
Oh, don't you worry.
birthday
Your
to
time's
you.
rolling around.
Let's
He's the
also
best president ever.
let's also
The
remember David Rockefeller on the experiment in China under Chairman Mao's leadership is one of the most important and successful in history. After a trip to China, David Rockefeller praises Mao Zedong, who slaughtered over 40 million people. His report from a China traveler highlights goals presented in UN reports such as the Commission on Global Governments and UNESCO's Our Creative Diversity, both focused on lofty ideals such as peace, harmony, and unity in the communitarian global village, a vision that demands absolute control and universal participation in a facilitated small group modeled by the hierarchy of Soviets or councils in the communist lands. Here it is, 8/10/73. This is, one is impressed immediately by the sense of national harmony. Whatever the price of the Chinese Revolution, it has obviously succeeded. In fostering high morale and community purpose, general social and economic progress is no less impressive. The enormous social advances of China have benefited greatly from the singleness of ideology and purpose. The social experiment in China under Chairman Mao's leadership is one of the most important and successful in history.
1973.
Yeah.
New York Times. Look at that.
This plan to move America to China has been in full swing for almost 4 decades now.
Yeah.
Now it's swinging back the other way. I mean, people are getting awake pretty quick out there. You know, this story about how much China controls our pharmaceuticals and our vaccines and antibiotics and stuff like that. Like, that's spreading around. That news is getting around on, you know, even without the mainstream media talking about it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, this whole pandemic is waking people up like faster than anything.
Yeah.
It's really amazing the way it's boomeranged on them.
I want to know if like baby formula and baby food is being pushed out of China, because imagine what could be in that. It's scary because I mean,
like
my
animal food, dog food, all dog and cat food and stuff, it's almost all made there, and they're using like cardboard and stuff as filler. It's crazy what's really going on.
Also, I want to bring something else up that Shady and I were talking about, and I just basically did the quick live dig as well. So remember when Q said that, 4 to 6% won't make it, Shady?
Yes, 4 to 6% won't be able to be convinced.
Right. So it won't make it. I don't know if it was convinced. It just
it was basically like saying 4 to 6% were lost, I think is maybe the way it was phrased.
Lost something. But look at this. So 6% of 7.7 billion is 462 million, Shady.
Right.
So we talk about boomerang, right?
Right.
Right. What is written? What are the inscriptions on the Georgia Guidestone, Shady?
That we would eliminate the population to 500 million
the
world.
Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature.
Mm-hmm.
So what is 6% of 7.7 billion? That's about 500 million, folks.
And 4 to 6% are lost?
Yep.
What are you looking at here, guys?
Can you say boomerang? The year of the boomerang. They were trying to make it for them, but we're taking.
They were trying to make the
out.
planet for them only.
Yes. What do you guys think about that? 4 to 6 is not economy. Nope, it's people.
No, it wasn't 4 to 6 referring to the economy.
No,
it was referring.
It wasn't
to the
46 million either. It was 4 to 6%.
Yes.
Depop. Right. That's what they were intending to do. Fiona, absolutely right.
And we also have depopulation in the Q post that
Evergreen.
One of the 2 Q posts that named Evergreen. Yes,
that's right. And we'll go to that right now. In fact,
I think there were 2 that say Evergreen.
Corgi Mom, thank you. And you know, if you guys have not gone over to subscribe to Corgi Mom's channel on YouTube, please do so.
Really great.
Yeah, I check out her videos often. So here we go, Evergreen. Here we go. Define Evergreen, right? Non-standard definition. You know, like the state of Washington. Evergreen state. Think depopulation. The silent war continues. Right?
And that comes with the definitions of patriot and traitor.
When do you call a plumber? When your toilets are backed up, huh?
When the swamp needs drained.
When you're going to flood? Or when this... there you go. So, guys, interestingly, right? What is 6% of 7.7 billion, which is about the population, right? 462 million, and the Georgia Guidestones wanted to only have 500 million people, guys. I'm just saying, guys, is it a
That's
coincidence?
an interesting correlation we hit on yesterday.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Let us know your thoughts in the comments right there. I think it's amazing. It's amazing, guys. So yeah, they are feeding on fear now. So Hopeful American, I think what I noticed yesterday is obviously they're saying panic a lot, Shady, right? And Carly and JT, you guys see panic all the time.
All over the news.
But remember what panic stands for, folks. Panics means Patriots are now in control. Now, remember, we're basically using their tactics against them, which would include fear that we're getting with the coronavirus, in my opinion.
And don't you think that would be part of why we needed Q, so that fear wouldn't be prevalent in our minds, as because obviously Q grabbed the attention of all the people who were at least semi understanding of conspiracy stuff already, and we've become the back channel, and now we're kind of the backbone of rationality, logical thinking.
That's right.
I'll be completely honest. I'm sorry.
No, please go.
No, I was just going to say, if I didn't know what I know now, if I wasn't up on Q, if it wasn't for learning about 9/11 stuff, I would be one of these panic people. I would be in the store right now hoarding toilet paper and everything else.
Yep.
Right. And that's like, that's what I was, earlier when I was talking about the repeating of these, the fact that we are, like you said, Patriots now in control. We take back panic. We take back the fear. We know what the fear is for. What does the fear make people do? It makes people consume, buy products they don't need. It makes them do all kinds of crazy things that allows, their agenda to be created. So when we stop that panic mode with more consciousness and more and again, it takes the spirit, it takes a spiritual person to not be fearful, to know that there's a plan, to know that God is in control. And when you have that foundation, you don't rely on what they tell you anymore. You don't rely on the fear that they're creating in everyone else's life. And what we are doing is creating a critical mass. We are creating a critical mass of people that are not buying into this roller coaster of costs and effects that they have created over the last 100 years, especially. We, more than anything, we just need to wake up to these tactics, take care of our bodies and our souls.
Yeah.
And we're good.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a lot of amen. JT rocks. Thank you, JT. That's a perfect. Sean McGowan says, did you see Liz Crokin's latest tweet about Corona? We're saying that. We've been saying that for a couple of days, Sean. And yes, Liz is spot on. This is cover. Define cover. This is it. And we just read that, Sean. And Liz is awesome. Love Liz. We should get her back on the show again, too. Let's see what we got. We got amen. JT is the man. Fear has torment. Thanks, JT. And remember, guys, we know what the end goal is. We know God wins, right, at the end. And we also know that there's two ways to control a population: fear and love. I choose the latter, but if we have to do the first in order to get to the latter, I'm there, dude. I'm there. We got 1,036 people watching right now. We got 299 thumbs up. Please, if you can, give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Please support this show if you can. Forward it. We are the most censored channel on YouTube. You have to actually type in intheMatrixxx with 3 X's and hit enter in order to find us. We do not auto-populate some new LARPs out there. We don't have 200,000 subscribers like some new LARPs out there. We are being silenced in a big way, but we know that these numbers are a lot bigger than they're showing us. That's for sure. With that, what about the 33 numbers, Shady? China lockdown spreads to 33 million people. Killer virus has 33-year-old's vital organs, affects vital organs. 33-year-old China woman infected. Luliman forced to close 33 stores. Bahrain confirms all 33 coronavirus cases. Thailand reports 1 new case of coronavirus, bringing the total to 33. EU sees 33 cases. Twice Neons donates 33 million lira to coronavirus in South Korea, or whatever their monetary is. Business activity in China is at 33% of its pre-coronavirus norm. 33 close contacts of Italian women infected with coronavirus confined to home. Thailand reports new cases of coronavirus, total 33. New California governor, we have 33 confirmed positive tests for virus. 5 individuals have subsequently moved out of state. Pakistan among 33 countries that provide medical supplies to fight coronavirus. 33 close contacts of Italian women infected. Coronavirus, 33 casos positivos y cientos de personas y vigilante activa. Coronavirus, 33 suspected cases. I don't speak Spanish, so please, if I mess that up, I'm sorry. Suspected cases all test negative. 33 cases, COVID. By the way, God wins. That's right, Shelly. I also want to thank, Shelly. We got to also say thank Yana Berlin. Thank you. And I also want to thank Bad Company till the day I die. Thank you guys very much. We couldn't do it without you. 33 states now have coronavirus as a cruise ship links to dozens of cases. With 33 in isolation, look at how Delhi is battling coronavirus. 33, Shady. 33. Somebody say 33?
That's amazing, man. That's so crazy.
Whenever we see stuff like this, kind of what is just really grabs me immediately is the idea of not only the 33 degrees of Freemasonry, but the communications. These are all mainstream media articles, and we would know, being in the know as Q, understanding Q, that they don't really have any private comms. So everything needs to be above board. So they're kind of, to me, this looks like they're setting up, they're setting off the fear program. They're making sure that everybody's on the same page to know that this is the crisis. This is where we focus all of, and every one of them
they're
agree
communicating to each other.
Right, they're agreeing with each other and saying, we're with you, not with Trump.
And 33 is when Jesus was crucified. Alex says 33 vertebrae, enlightenment, Masonic. Yep. 313.
Well, also right? Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, not only are they communicating to, like you said, the inner circle, but they're communicating to the press out there, the local press that are activated to know, okay, this is the story we carry. So they don't have to, it's that simple. As soon as they see that, they go, boom, okay, this is what we focus on.
They understand.
And yes, it's definitely there you go.
Matrixxx.
Wouldn't it be funny wouldn't it be funny if the president comes on at 3:30 to counteract their 33 instead of 3:00 today?
Yeah,
comes on at 3:30.
Interesting. That's interesting too. But there's many of these numbers are lining up, and to see the communications, like 33 states or the different countries that are affected, like all of this, you imagine this is going on in every country, so they're communicating around the globe and attempting to do it without exposing themselves.
Right.
We had the whole Holder. I meant to grab that this morning, but X22 showed the picture of, remember the tweet that Holder made about the crisis whenever he had the Kennedys?
33,000 emails.
It was maybe a month ago or something. But he says it says, we as a nation. And the way he writes, as a nation, could be seamed together to show assassination.
That's right.
It's a picture of John F. Kennedy and his brother in a hotel room is the picture that Holder decided to put with that tweet. And, we were also talking about yesterday, Matrixxx, with Hillary and everybody that made the tweets about a month and a half ago, Holder, Comey, Brennan, all these people made the tweets about a crisis. And then all of a sudden, a month and a half later, we have a agreed upon worldwide crisis.
Right. What if POTUS comes in at 3:03? That would still work.
3:03 would be good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
303 will work.
303 works for me.
And that's from our red-pilled audience out there. I didn't catch who said it, but you guys are amazing. And let's also take a look too. You guys are getting ahead of us. We're getting to Andrew Gilliam right now, but look at this number here. How many cases that CNN reported?
Look at that.
1,666 novel.
Now notice this is interesting because they've been showing 1,100, 1,200, 1,300 cases, but now there's 1,666.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So we've got it down to every single human, and CNN is on the story.
Yep, they're on it.
CNN.
We have demons.
We are Acosta Light.
Also, I wanted to real quick follow this up because this is D_C's TBA, yes, auth H7P, and then the Z would be removed, BVTZ removed in code, right? So 302. Decoded as disease cures to be announced. Yes, authorize H7 ideas. Well, there was an H7 outbreak. Remember the romaine lettuce? That is a flu-like symptom. We've also got the H7 DNA priming vaccines. So that's why I wanted to point out yesterday, and I was talking about the avian flu and the H7 hemagglutinin HA subtype. So just very interesting that there's an ongoing outbreak of human A H7-9N infections in China. And this is a tweet that I did, how long ago did we do this, Shady?
June
back, 1st,
right?
2018.
Yeah. And also there's a lot of Chinese propaganda out there now. I think it wasn't the defense minister, but it was somebody in the Communist Party that was making the statement yesterday that the Wuhan virus was a United States military operation that brought it to China.
Right.
That's what he was saying in public.
Right. And look at this. Let's compare our president's reaction to this. We were talking about this yesterday again, Shady. It's like they're talking to the people that are not listening to Donald Trump.
Yes, they're talking to every single person that will not look at his Twitter or listen to him. That's the only people that can hear what they're saying. Everyone else knows that it's BS.
That our president is doing the right thing. Now look at this. So the Obama White House had to immediately issue an apology for Joe Biden's remarks and any alarm that he might have caused. An alarm about a swine flu outbreak that took 6 months for Obama to declare a national emergency that killed 12,000 Americans, folks. Not 37, not 40, not 17. 12,000.
Before anything was done about it.
Yeah.
And look at the way that they're coming out of their skin with the president. I mean, he's doing press conferences every day. He's giving an update. He's done an address to the nation. He closed the borders. They're maybe get back to just a second for what we were just saying, like the way that Hillary made her tweet yesterday and other people that are talking in the media, like they're talking to people that didn't listen to the president say the exact same things. Like they're saying that what the president said should be done, like it's their idea. And Trump has already said those things. The CDC has already said those things. There've been these press conferences. They're doing the exact same thing, but they're pretending like it's not happening.
Right.
Because they're.
I really want to know I want to know how many people are actually setting this virus off in nursing homes up in Washington and around the country. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of people from China working here, and
right. Yes,
they could be a 60-year-old lady working in a nursing home, that is just beholden to the government for something, I mean, we have no idea.
Well, we have
they could activate people at any moment.
Yes, only 37 people have passed away from this, and 16 of them, or 17 or 16 or 15 of them were in that same facility in Washington.
Evergreen State.
Yep, at Evergreen Nursing Home. And also, a little report that I was watching last night from I know he doesn't I know he's not all about some Q, but Max Egan was talking last night about the 5G and the weaponization of this stuff and all of the hype that's going on and how everybody is like thinking, oh, it's this, it's that. He was saying that for them to actually set something like this in motion, they would need a whole facility dedicated to producing it.
Right.
And so now you see that the majority of the people came from a hospital in Washington State. Now all of a sudden there's a case or two here in New York and a case or two here, and there's 33 states that have the virus now. It's all just really not adding up. It looks on its face like a hoax, guys. That's what this looks like.
False flag. Define it.
False flag. Exactly.
Right. So let's look at this. Irene.
We just
Irene
had one in
Janory-
Pinellas Park, guys, by the way, too. And I'm like right around the corner from there. It's crazy, man. I mean, I don't believe it either.
So Irene DeJoy said that just heard this on Fox Business, and we'll mods will go check it out to verify so we can drop you the sauce. But just heard this on Fox News. The National Guard is moving 1,000 troops to 6 states across the nations. Now let's look at Q posts. We've got 12 cities, right? So Q posts, let me just see if I can make this any clearer here. Let's go to Q post number 3. We'll just go to Q Ag right now. Where is it? There it is.
We have the National Guard here in New Rochelle.
Well, there it's right here on the graphic I'm showing you. Absolutely. So that's one. So Q is saying, open your eyes. It finally came out that Rod Bob were key players in the key players in the uranium scandal. But let's go to this. Not everyone is corrupt. Fewer than you think. Follow Huma. Operation Mockingbird. Priority to clean out the bad actors to unite people behind America First agenda. Many in our government worship Satan. Not about Republicans versus Democrats at this stage. Where is HRC? Why is the National Guard called up across 12 cities? Now we've got 6. Trust in your president. God bless Patriots. Can't find anything on that, but we've got one, like you just said, Carly, right?
Yeah, they showed them. I have them on video from yesterday.
New Rochelle turns ghost
they're
town
there
amid
and they're
coronavirus
handing
outbreak.
out, food and stuff to people.
Did they have
driving
masks
up.
on?
Also, we're the
Did
first state to start the
Did they have masks
drive
on,
up.
Carly?
What?
Did the National Guard have masks on or look like they were taking precautions?
No, not at all.
Wow.
Not at all.
Right?
Oh. They were just, people were driving up and they were getting bags of goods. And now also you got Cuomo on again right now, but we're starting the first. There's a phone number I put up with the tweet. You can make an appointment and do drive-up testing.
Gotcha.
Instead of, they don't want you going to the emergency room or to hospitals where you could infect more people. They're doing just like they did, I believe, in Korea or Hong Kong with the drive-up testing. It's like you drive up, they take your temperature and swab you, and you go on.
So
and
who,
you stay in your
who
car.
controls the National Guard, and why was the National Guard recently activated in select cities within the U.S.? Can the National Guard work in coordination with the Marines? Do conditions still need to be satisfied to authorize? What former president used the military to save the republic, and what occurred exactly? Biggest drop ever to be provided on poll. Study and prepare. The masses tend to panic in such situations. No war. No civil unrest. Clean and swift. Now look at the tide is turning. That's what they named it. But listen to this. Maybe one day, but we cannot go slow. The initial wave will be fast and meaningful. It will send a signal to others immediately, and you'll see the tide turn. Not even the mainstream media can hide, and rest assured, some will be jailed as deep cover agents.
So maybe let's do a little bit of a thought form comparison to what Carly was just talking about. When we were just talking about the National Guard. The National Guard is handing out helpful supplies to people who are driving up. The National Guard isn't wearing masks. Now we go back a month and a half to some of the images that we were seeing coming out of China. And what were we seeing? How are the people who were doing roadblocks and stuff like that in China, how are the people standing there dressed?
They were covered head to toe.
Masks.
They were covered head to toe, completely covered in these suits, like the
Hazmat suits, yeah.
Right. And so isn't it interesting that we're dealing with the same quote unquote same coronavirus, but our military are willing to walk up to people who may possibly be coming to them for help because they have coronavirus, and they're just willing to walk up there to them and speak to them like everything's okay and hand them some supplies.
Yeah.
That definitely doesn't make logical sense.
That's right. And Marianne Westcott says Denver is a sanctuary city, and they found out about the first coronavirus in Colorado the day after the president pulled money from sanctuary cities, guys.
And this all started to really escalate right after he made this announcement that we're sending federal agents into sanctuary cities right now. We just got this big bunch of 600 of the cartel.
Oh, the sting,
yes.
Yeah.
So like, look at this. What was
that called? Cobra? It was a snake name.
Oh, was it? I didn't actually catch
Operation Cobra.
So see how, and this goes back to what we said at the top of the show. Define cover.
Right.
Look at what's going on and think logically. Like, everybody's rushing out to buy supplies that you don't need, ignoring things that you might need for things that you obviously don't need, and the media completely agreeing in this panic-like posture, when in reality, we're talking about 1,600 cases in the whole country that have been identified. Now, obviously, and this is another thing that Max Egan said last night that caught my attention. The flu, any flu has aspects of corona. It's part of the flu.
Right.
So in theory, every flu from every year has aspects, X amount of concentration of corona. So this is another big neon sign pointing us to the fact that this is a false flag event.
That's why people are posting their Lysol. Go look on the back of your Lysol. It says kills coronavirus.
Right. Why would that be there if it wasn't something that was very known by those who study the spread of germs?
D. Landry said, yes, you're right. It was called Cobra Ops. And remember our president reading the snake poem, guys?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. This just looks so good.
Interesting.
Operation Python, somebody else said.
Sure did.
Operation Python, says Cajun Q. It could be one of those, but wow. And also look at February, to be blunt, game over. And look what's happened since February 27, February Qth. Look at that. Look at what's happened in the media since, to be blunt, game over.
Well, they sure aren't talking about impeachment, are they?
What's that?
Exactly right.
Yeah. And that goes back to the post that I just read you, 3501, about the false flag new narrative from China, folks.
Not Russia.
No. No. Op Cobra in Asia. Anyways, it was, I think it was Op Python. Yeah, but it was a snake poem, and the snake poem leads you to that. But look at the things here, guys. I mean, look at the posts here. The Twitter accounts, the big Twitter accounts, still haven't really understood this yet.
So if it's in the flu category, okay, and people are getting sick, we already have people out there
sick.
that have the flu.
Yeah.
So it's like, are they testing for flu? How do they make all these special tests that they know it's this one?
Well, the tests come from China, which doesn't make sense to me. Why would we buy tests from China?
Well, he was suggesting that there is no way to test for corona. The whole thing is
right.
That's what I'm saying. So
it's just the
basically
flu.
They're making this fake scare about this one type of flu, and people saying that they're sick really just have the flu, and this makes cover for their panic.
Well, I mean, it would. I mean, if we sit here and we say, okay, let's think about this, we kind of know what their general plan is and how they're going to try to run a false flag op on the world, or their fail-safe plan if nothing of their other stuff works for the president and impeachment and all that different stuff. Like, we kind of know their playbook. And so if we know their playbook, then what better time for us to utilize their game against them than to shut down all sports, stop anybody from moving. We're all going to be at home paying attention to what the president says. If something were to majorly happen, everybody's going to be plugged in. And Lionel made the point a couple of days ago about how that the whole world is on the same page. When has the whole world been on the same page?
That's right.
We're all talking about the exact same thing. 7 billion people are thinking about it. That's kind of interesting, right?
Shady, look at this post, 3560. You see this picture with China, U.S. agrees to temporarily cease trade hostilities before the G20? Look at that picture.
Boy, that sure does look like Corona.
It does, doesn't it?
Damn right it does.
And then, remember, I saw that this is the 3501. Possible acts are taken to lessen, to diminish, de-blow. Define false flag. News unlocks. 55Q. We unlock the news. This is a false flag from China, folks.
Well, remember yesterday you had Biden came out all pro-China with his little "if I were president" speech.
Here's Biden's son, $1.5 billion deal with China. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah.
Then you had Bernie come out because he has to counter this, and basically his speech was that he took the president's incompetent, because that was the word of the day.
Right.
Schumer started that one, and that he should be removed. So he tried to initiate with his little speech the 25th Amendment, or he could be sick, or he's just incompetent.
You ready for more?
And we need to go back to impeachment, but nobody paid attention to him because
why did China grant access to travel with the block in place? Why? Why did China grant access to travel? So they could spread the virus.
Yes.
Look at Q post 2993 right here.
Why was the deep state so upset whenever the president blocked travel from China?
Yeah.
Because their plan wasn't going to work if he did that.
See
well,
that?
Look how they're freaking out. Why is he only doing the EU and not England? England has cases. What is that?
Okay, England is not in. England is Brexit, dude. This is about the EU, an unelected government that is corrupt AF.
Yeah, let me explain that a little bit, because I saw a couple people on Twitter talking about that last night.
It's a good question, Carly. It's a great question.
So the EU has if you go to the EU, you can travel to any of the countries in the EU without being vetted. With Britain, it's now different. They're out of the EU. So we've now pulled them out of the swamp, and we've isolated the swamp. Now the EU is completely isolated for the first time in the history of the modern world, guys. They are isolated from being able to come here. So we have basically set this up to there's nowhere to go, and because they can't send people into Britain without us vetting them, it is no longer a threat for people to come here from the UK.
That's
well,
right.
You wouldn't know that listening to Herman Munster last night.
She
was losing it.
It's also
losing it.
It's also, in my opinion, a trade war against an unelected government called the EU.
Correct. The 10-headed beast.
That's right.
The EU.
That's
we're
right.
isolating them. The George Soros controlled.
This is the money policy. So the European, the euro is from the EU, Bilderberg, guys.
It was all built as a way to subvert America. The whole EU structure was built to compete with America so that they could take America down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any EUs, but really not really.
Well, right before the president came out and said he was going to do that, and everyone's like, well, why didn't he talk to the EU first? The article came out of, what's a face?
Because he's our president.
What's the German chancellor?
Yeah, Merkel.
Merkel, that's it. She comes out
German
and saying
Hillary.
that like 80% of their population is going to have this virus. If I saw that headline, I would have said, "Oh hell no, cut them off." I mean, that's just common sense right there.
They're not restricting travel in any way in Germany. None.
Let's also look at Corona, okay, guys? Corona 16 task route Z8301, 16 now offline. Blind eyes in the sky. Shall we play a game? Let's look at the first Corona post. Seals are wonderful creatures. Are these sealed indictments? Heard they work fast at capturing their prey. Prey. Silence is golden. Corona offline. Deactivate 000 in Killbox. Games with the letter R. Fun. Q. What do you think of that?
Well, didn't we at first, when we saw these Corona posts, we thought they were satellites?
Well, they are satellites.
A
We
lot,
know that-
a lot of
the
people are
60s.
thinking that this whole thing has been triggered by 5G.
Well, that's definitely what people are saying, but you have to understand that 5G alone can't do anything. 5G alone is just a network. It has the ability to be directed and weaponized,
Yep.
but 5G alone isn't weaponized, and that is we're seeing Yahweh, and look at these countries that Yahweh is in that are having outbreaks.
But England is letting Yahweh in too, and that Josh Howie is saying, that China's trying to blame the U.S. for this virus, but it did come out of China. They've been hiding all their information, and this Yahweh thing, people, a lot of countries are, this is their information backdoor, because basically they're putting in with these chips and everything. This is all spying apparatuses.
Yes, and we're connecting this back to the original Corona launches of the spy satellites from the 1960s. But now we're seeing that we could be looking at multiple meanings here very easily, because not only are we talking about a coronavirus, but we're also talking about the corona, or the sun, or the sun worship, which would be the sun worshipers would kind of be the other side, and also corona references the crown or the monarchy.
Right.
So there's lots of different levels to this.
Yeah, there is. And so, what does it mean.com, is talking about that it's 5G. I don't know how much I believe that it's all 5G, but, if you look at all of the companies that are closing, all of the people that are being targeted, they all line up to Q posts, guys.
Yeah, look at all the people that stepped down from their positions right before this virus hit.
Yeah.
And there's story,
All the
there's
CEOs, or they died. Some of them just outright died.
Right.
It's nuts.
Well, there was another huge list within the last 3 days. I mean, we had all the ones that resigned in February, but now look at the list in the last few days. It's not stopping. Like, people that resigned from companies a year ago are resigning again.
Right. Here's your AI organization, Shady.
Yeah, this was an interesting article that just came out yesterday, and part of, I think, what the cover for this false flag corona thing is information like this that's now coming out. I mean, was Obama negligent in AI bioweapon transfer to China causing coronavirus? It's a little bit of a slide in the headline here, but whenever you dig into the story a bit, you see that there is plenty of evidence showing that they opened up these technologies for China to use. And if they did, then it would include our bio-warfare department.
Yeah. And also, to the point here, Hussein Obama allowed China to make our chips for our drones, our semiconductor chips, blueprints, computers, F-35s, battleships, and space technology. And that is true.
And that opens the back door, and they stole everything.
Yep.
It wasn't just Hillary's emails with the open channel to China to take all the information that unmasked all our agents. You know what I'm saying? They had it right in your phone right now. It's probably something that they have in there.
Oh, it's in every phone.
And they know everything. You know what I'm saying? It's
absolutely.
It's in every phone.
They sold us. We've been sold out to China for a long time, but what Obama did is beyond treason. It's beyond treason.
You're thinking like we're different countries, guys. That's how we used to think. China is them.
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly right. And they're
it's
under
not
their complete
China,
control.
The people of China. It is the deep state, folks.
The insertion of what would be considered the worldwide cabal in the early mid 70s. I mean, that's whenever this all started under Nixon, the opening of China, the doorway to the West or the East, and all of this propaganda that started in your news way back then. I mean, did you really believe in 2000 and whatever it was that China was going to change and become a global partner and a beacon of freedom for the world?
Right.
Well, look how you guys started this with that Rothschild or Rockefeller?
Yeah, Rockefeller.
Where he, in 73, where he was already working deals with China, seeing a strategy to play all the countries against each other for the next 50 years and build, we're the sheep, to the slaughter. It's crazy.
I think it all started with just giving us a couple little pandas.
You guys,
Think about it. We're friends with China now. Here, have a couple pandas on us. There you go.
Now also
Make it
remember
all
too
cute,
that
all cute and fuzzy till somebody gets a freaking disease.
Q used Sky Event. If you guys remember, Corona, Sun, Sky Event, right? Makes sense.
Yes, Sky Event.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
there's so many different layers to the Q map as well, because there's not only just the post, but there's the timestamps and there's the orientation and there's the links that are put in them. There really seems like our whole future is encoded in these drops right here, and the way that we could go back and that portions of the posts. Initially we were like reading all these posts and we were kind of thinking that they were relevant to the other information in the post. And I think now what we're starting to learn is that they're compartmentalized posts.
right.
And, line item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doesn't necessarily equal the one above or the one below. They could be individual statements that are irrelevant of the whole context of the post. Even.
That's right. And
Well,
I've
is this
found that.
part of like the 5D chess? They each have 5 different dimensions to almost every post.
Could be.
Well, that would make sense. That would make sense to how they're compiled. Matrixxx. We were kind of theorizing that early on, that these posts are compiled in a way to where they have a structure, and at some point it can be reorganized with the code and put in order and almost read like a book.
Somebody says here, Third Eye View says Corona could also be the crown chakra, right? An awakening.
It is.
Also,
Yeah.
we were talking about
Great awakening.
We were talking about some of the things in the posts here. Like, if you really think about it, do you think this could be a hostile takeover of the Fed because we're shorting it, right? We are shorting it,
Yeah.
and then the stocks must first plummet. Then we rigged for red to own the Fed, and the result is financial freedom. So stocks will soar to all-time highs, guys.
It's
Right.
so funny you say that, because even normies on Twitter are saying end the Fed.
Yep.
I mean, Sarah Carter is putting out stuff like end the Fed.
Right.
They're targeting it.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's part of what we thought was going to happen as we move closer to this, is the president will point to it, and then all of the white hats will echo him, right?
That's right.
The deep state will condemn him.
Well, what about his executive order that he put out? And I mean, how much would it apply to the people that own the Fed? The people that have actively worked against America. I mean, he could pull something like that. That would be crazy. But at the same time, man, obviously those people have been starting our wars.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole, in my opinion, that was the whole purpose of Q, was to focus everybody into who the real target was, which is the Federal Reserve, the head of the snake. There's really no reason to go after other parts of the entity. You go after the head and you cut off the head, and then you deal with the dust settling from there. But the idea that the president is saying we need to bring these rates down, if the Fed were to drop rates to zero, like in Germany and other places, like it would end immediately. Like you wouldn't believe how fast it would become incompetent as a institution. It would come, and then we'd be able to paint, hey, these people are incompetent. This needs to go back into Treasury. We need to put these people are stupid. They're not doing anything right kind of mentality.
Right. And then we've got the 30,000 soldiers arrive in Europe, without masks.
Yep. This just came across last night, and there were 20,000 more that just arrived in Europe. So now think about this. Okay, we've got this whole cover op. Now we're looking at it from a different angle. We're not looking at it like coronavirus. We're looking at it like a cover op, and we have entrenched 1,000-year-old cabal in Europe. That's where they are. They're in Europe. Now we have 30,000 troops right there in Europe that are there to do an exercise with all these military tweets that we've been getting from the Marines and the Army and CENTCOM that are connecting to Q posts and connecting to Green Castle. And we have Q saying Godspeed Patriots just the other day, and then he's left us with God wins as the last one. And then Matrixxx, you just read the post that said this will be fast and swift.
Right. The first wave.
And what did the president say yesterday in his presser? He said fast and furious. It hit us fast and furious.
That. I saw that last night, Carly. He said fast and furious.
He said fast and furious yesterday. I fell off the bed. Now, listen, guys, I watched 10 different things at once. You got Bernie Sanders on right now, making another one of his little speeches. Like these two, him and Biden, they think they're president.
Fox is running that again today?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a new one.
Yeah.
He's in Burlington, BT, and he's talking about increase the availabilities of test kits, because that was Nancy Pelosi yesterday. Testing. And now everyone, this is a talking test. Now, what are they testing really when they're saying testing?
Well, I have a little bit of a different take on it, because let's say if we plug in the information about the idea that any flu is corona, and if we had the test and we were testing everybody and everybody with the flu tested positive for corona, that would set up another level of panic. And so not having the test might not be a horrible thing.
Exactly. And they don't like that. They have to keep the panic going. They have to keep it going. Oh, she's on now.
All right, so we're not watching that. So here we go. You're so funny. All right, so there's a state of an emergency that our POTUS is going to be talking about today. And the United States Constitution implicitly provides some emergency powers in that article about this executive power called the state of emergency. Congress may authorize the government to call forth the militia to execute the laws, suppress an insurrection, or repel an invasion. Congress may authorize the government to suspend consideration of writs of habeas corpus when in cases of rebellion or invasion, the public safety may require it. Felony charges may be brought without presenting or grand jury indictment in cases arising in the militia and when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Wow. And that's what our president is going to do today. So let's get into this because people are talking about it. Look at this. You got Andrew Gillum, guys. What do you think of this guy?
Former governor?
No, he ran for governor. I don't know what
former governor candidate. Yeah. Sorry.
So here's Jessie Melton. I want to use her tweet because she's running against Ted Deutsch, who is his buddy, by the way. This is... Clear plastic baggies containing suspected crystal meth on both the bed and the floor of the hotel room. The 3 small baggies of suspected narcotics were impounded at the Miami Beach Police Station Property and Evidence Unit for destruction. Mr. Gilliam left the hotel room and returned to his residence without incident. Crime scene Rickert responded for photos. Their Sergeant Rodriguez responded, Sergeant Segué, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But that's interesting. Here's this. This is upon arrival to Miami Beach. This was at the officers 1100 West Avenue, room number 1107, in reference to a cardiac arrest. Upon arrival, Miami Beach Fire Rescue number 11 was on the scene providing treatment to Travis Dyson, patient. Miami Beach Fire Rescue advised officers that Mr. Dyson was being treated for a possible drug overdose. He was in stable condition, but as a precaution was going to be transported to Mount Sinai for further medical treatment. Officers then made contact with 2 other males who were inside the hotel room. Aldo Mejias, complainant, and Andrew Gillum, involved other. Mr. Mejias stated the following to the officers. Mr. Mejias provided his credit card information to Travis Dyson to rent a hotel room for the night. Mr. Mejias was to meet Mr. Dyson later that day. Travis Dyson rented a room at approximately 1600 hours on 3/12/2020. Mr. Mejias arrived at the hotel at approximately 2307 hours, 2300 hours, where he discovered Travis Dyson and Andrew Gilliam inside the room under the influence of an unknown substance. Per Mr. Mejias, Mr. Dyson opened the hotel room door and immediately walked over to the bed and collapsed in the prone position. Mr. Mejias observed Mr. Gilliam inside the bathroom vomiting. Mr. Mejias stated that he observed Mr. Dyson having difficulty breathing, prompting him to wake him up. Mr. Dyson then began vomiting on the bed and immediately collapsed again. Mr. Mejias began conducting the chest compressions on Mr. Dyson and proceeded to contact police and fire rescue. Officers then attempted to speak to Mr. Gilliam. Mr. Gilliam was unable to communicate with officers due to his inebriated state.
Oops.
Boy, I bet his parents are proud. Gilliam King will be my partners in support of Israel, says Rep. Ted Deutsch of Florida 23. He also said Bloomberg is my dude. Gilliam and Andrew Gillum bus tour with Ted Deutsch.
You don't think Gillum is the East Coast Ed Buck, do you?
I think he is.
Like Biggie and, like East Coast, West Coast duels.
I think he is. So I bet his wife and kids are proud. This is Andrew Gillum right here. Let's look at his family. Hey, my dad's a meth addict.
Oh, why was Dad at the motel last night, Mama?
With a bunch of guys. Seemingly to have an orgy.
Why is that in the news?
Why is that in the news, Dad? Did you have an orgy?
Wait a minute, you guys. Is his wife like Michael Obama?
You guys are always saying that.
Look at it. Look at his wife.
I don't know.
They set them up to be the next, Obama and Michael.
Oh, I don't know.
The kids aren't even theirs. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Guys. I know. We do that to every person we see that's a female nowadays, I noticed. But I don't know. I can't prove either way. The only way to prove it is to prove it. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of them that just don't look right.
The only way to prove it is to prove it. Drop them. I love you guys. But look at that. There's his wife and kids. Let's assume that that's his wife and kids. JT.
I'm totally kidding, man. I'm not into that whole thing either, but it just was funny.
But I do have a suspect. I am suspect. Of Mike.
Well, I'm suspect of anybody that plays the game with the Democrats and what they're up to. I don't trust any of them. So
let's go over here and look at. There's Gillum with Obama. Jay-Z, hello. There's Gillum with. Oh, look at there she is. There's Gillum with, look at here, look at there. There he is. He's very
my dude.
My dude, my man.
Oh, that's my man. Boy, I tell you, the Epsteins and the Weinsteins and the Avenattis.
Bags of crystal meth, nudity, puking to help a friend after a wedding.
Adam Schiff.
While you're too inebriated to talk. You cannot make this stuff up. You really can't, Shady.
No, we couldn't sit here and make it up. I mean, we really couldn't. We could try, but we would not hit the mark.
So Gillum says, I was in Miami last night for a wedding celebration when first responders were called to assist one of my friends. While I had too much to drink, methamphetamine, I wanted to be clear that I've never used methamphetamines.
Nothing to see here.
I want to be clear. This I want to be clear crap doesn't work anymore, Democrats. Just to be clear. I want to be clear. I want to get solid confirmation that Andrew Gillum was naked, as it was thoroughly debunked.
What? Whoa!
He claims that he was helping a friend Unless his friend needed Andrew's clothes for some emergency reason. I mean, that's
Sometimes, I'll loan a friend my clothes if he needs them. I mean, let's give the guy a break.
Shady, thank you.
Is that a size 5?
Oh,
My size 5. Oh my God.
There you go. This is the alleged friend that Andrew Gillum was helping. Look at him.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's some stature.
Rico.
Suave.
Wow.
So just shut up and love me like a river.
You are witnessing the death of the Democrat Party. Look at this. You are witnessing the meth of the Democrat Party.
I mean,
Shady,
it's like,
the
really,
meth.
we're serious?
Yeah,
Like,
with that body, that boy should be doing some TikTok videos. What the hell?
Oh my
It's the
gosh.
Democrat version of the Hangover movie, you know.
it really is, dude. That's exactly
He's like,
what
just tattoo his face, man.
we need to control the narrative. Control the narrative.
Oh.
They're all on the phone right now going,
To be
"Whoa,
clear,
man, what
I
happened
do not
last
use
night?"
methamphetamines. To be
I
clear,
did not.
I did not
Andrew's
have
like, "Talk to
sexual
my
relations
publicist,
with
talk
that
to my
amphetamine.
publicist."
Oh my gosh. I mean, we are witnessing the death of the Democrat Party, guys.
How stupid is that?
Wow. I'm telling you, you just can't.
Oh
make
God,
this
my
stuff up.
stomach.
Give me liberty or give me meth. Well, death. Oh my God. All right, so we had to have some fun with that, but make sure that you
That was a good
understand
one.
this guy is a George Soros puppet and was running for Florida governor against the Honorable Ron DeSantis. Also, Matt Gaetz had a mic drop. Did you see that, guys?
I saw this. He kind of had a little boomerang effect there, wasn't it?
Yeah, here it is. Let's hear it.
Little Matt Gaetz boomerang. Here you
it
go.
is. So Andrew Gillum said, "There's only one criminal between the two of us. You."
Boom.
All right.
This will not age well.
There we go. It didn't age well because there's only one of us who gets methed out in a hotel room with guys in Miami's. You.
Oh, it would have been great.
I love Matt. I love
Oh my
Matt.
God. You saw him. Did you see him sitting in Congress with his mask on, JT?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nuts, man. I
Like,
can't.
I mean, he was-
I didn't know what to think about that, to be
He's
honest.
trolling.
So
You see me
trolling.
He's trolling them.
Right? So very,
Yeah, that was the
very
story.
interesting.
That was the
guys.
story just about the troops. We already covered that. But this post I thought might be interesting to read on a 2-year or a 1-year delta.
March
Guys.
13th. That is today.
That is today, and this was a tweet by Radcliffe, and Q says the tarmac meeting. Days later, JC, no charges are appropriate. Comey, how did HRC obtain special access programs on her personal servers? Access to SAPs and SCI is recorded in a local access register or in a computer database. Where are the records? IDAN of specific SAP SCI on the server provides a target roadmap to review access logs to that specific program. ? What process and or SEC clearance would be required to walk away from the terminal clear with SAP SCI material electronically? Did a foreign state gain access to the server? Did a foreign state gain access to the SAP SCI material on the server? If the top FBI chain of command for the mid-year investigation were all fired, does one conclude the investigation was not conducted properly? Does one conclude all statements made by the FBI, think no hack of server as single example, could be false? Take a moment and think about what that means. Kill boxes, treason. This is connected right to what we were showing with the article that just came out about Obama and allowing them access in China.
Interesting. 1 year
And it's
delta.
a delta from 1 year ago today.
Let's talk a little
And
bit
you
about
had John
Bitcoin.
Solomon came out and he said with the whole Mueller report in 2017, they knew that all those FISAs were no good and there never should have been an investigation. And now that information, they still did the whole thing for 2 years, the whole scam for 2 years, when they already knew before they started.
Yes.
because now the fake signatures and the doctor 302s are all coming out now.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they knew about these
They
in
knew
2017. They
they
knew.
had all the exculpatory evidence in their possession logged as evidence before they started any of this, and it's easily proven.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing. Guys, 1,309 people are watching now. I want to take a second to just honor our sponsors right now. This is MyPatriotSupply.com. If you guys are freaked about the Wuhan and want to prepare yourselves, or just for basic power outages and whatnot, here's the link right there. My Patriot Supply, link down below. That's how you get credit to this show. Emergency, food storage. We've got special emergency food kits. Make your kid, if you have a kid, make them like a little pack to go in their car just in case, right? You never know. There's even coffee there, seeds for sprouting, survival gear, cooking gear and tools, power and lighting, stoves, fuels, lighters, first aid, medical, survival books. We got the Alexa Pro Pure, which I have at my house. And my daughter's been drinking it since she's been 3 years old, at least while she's at my house, 50% of the time. And she's got a pretty high IQ. I'm very proud of her. So that's the Alexa Pro Pure. There's a personal water filtration as well. If you'd like to check it out, I think they're out of the drinking straws. Actually, they got them. Oh, they're sold out. But look, there's a Go water filtration system as well for yourself if you want that. Save $17 today. $17.95. And there's the Go replacement as well. Drinking water treatment. There's germicidal tablets and these drinking straws. The 4-pack you can get right now. I actually have some of these because you never know. Also, with the Alexa Pro Pure water filter, if you get that, you can actually use water. Right, that's fresh water outside. It reduces up to 99.9999. That's actually 6 nines of 206 contaminants targeting heavy metals, lead, fluoride, chlorine, viruses, bacteria, pesticides, Roundup, and pharmaceuticals that they're putting in your water system. So guys, check it out. I recommend getting the stand if you're going to put it on a counter. And I recommend the Alexa Pro Pure. I've got the one that's $269 right here, but this is a nicer model. It's brand new. So check it out, guys. It's absolutely amazing. You can run it with 2 filters or 3. I've got mine running with 3 filters. So check it out, guys. It's amazing. I highly recommend this no matter what. No matter, if you're afraid of the viruses, all that other stuff. But if you lose your water, you can get fresh water from a pond nearby, put it through here. I would also boil it too, but then put it through here and you can drink it, guys. So check it out, guys. That's My Patriot Supply. Also, we do have redpillliving.com/intheMatrixx with 3 X's. We had a pretty good response yesterday. Time Stop. This Time Stop sold out well. You got a Time Stop 15 coupon code and you can get 15% off. So check that out. Any of the other products, you've got 10% off with code Matrixxx with 3 X's. The Carbon C60 with the olive oil is very good. Shady takes that as well. You can get some coffee as well, guys. There's a lot of stuff. There's colloidal silver. Try the colloidal silver from here. See if you like it as well. Also essential oils, which are essential. Shady.
I really do appreciate the people working with us from Patriot Supply and from Red Pill Living. This is, like I said, these are products that the Red Pill Living are products that people are making to help detoxify our bodies from the poisonous stuff that we're in contact with. Listen, guys, I know that the big box universities have said this stuff is safe to consume. I know that they say that these materials are safe to put on your skin. They're not. And the stuff that they're made with is not safe. And we need to really start having a bigger conversation about not only not using different products anymore, but detoxifying the body and productively thinking about developing things to help other people who are going to be coming to this conversation in the not too distant future. We're going to be red pilling on so many levels, and part of that is your health and your well-being. And I think that people get caught up in the world matrix. They get caught up with entertainment. You get caught up with life, and you forget to think about yourself first. And I would like to think that part of this plan with Q is to reorient our minds to understand that we would all take care of each other better if we took better care of ourselves first.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think, and I appreciate Red Pill Living for working with us, and also thanks to Patriots Supply.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. It's not, if you guys need something, get something. Also, we've got our merch store as well. It's teespring.com. Support the show and get cool stuff. Check it out. And there's a lot of stuff. There's not just what you see here. For example, let's take the choice to know. And by the way, this one's really cool because the Matrixxx code actually says like where we go, one we go all, and cool stuff like that. But what you can buy is all of this stuff, guys. Whatever you want, okay? Women's, kids, posters, toddlers. I mean, indoor. Get your kid Matrixxized, tote bag, you name it. We got it here on the Teespring store for the Matrixxx Grooove Hour. Also, we've got Patreon, guys. We've got Patreons. You can select a membership level or just create your own custom. Anything over, there's 165 patrons. We're losing patrons. We're losing them big. We need your help. But with $10 a month, it includes Discord. Anything $10 or more a month includes the Discord link. Okay, guys? And that's the Discord for right here on YouTube. We've got the YouTube membership. Let's just go over that, and we'll be done plugging the stuff that we do to help do this every day. This is the join this channel. You get the cool emojis, right? There's the cool emojis. And then the Q Army Plus, you get all that plus the exclusive Discord channel. So check us out if you can, guys. We love interacting with you folks. All right, that's that. Shady, do you want to take time? And Kiwi kind of did a video of this Austin guy.
Right.
Do you want to play that real quick?
I have no issue with playing that. I mean, I think that it would be good for people to see.
Right. Obviously, we had to take a dig on it. I mean, it's interesting that his name is Austin. And where's Alex Jones based out of?
Austin.
Interesting. Who's attacking the Q movement a lot?
AJ.
Austin, AJ. That's right. So let's check this out. This is our Kiwi
Hi
Patriot.
guys. I just wanted to make a quick video about this person. We'll call him Austin.
Whoop.
Because I'm not just associated with Q, I am Q. Me personally, this is my operation. The guy posting on the boards and running point on this whole operation is actually me in the future. Pretty crazy, right? Be on the lookout for official confirmation from the big man upstairs very soon.
And I was separately told this by QAnon. I'm going to say again, I've talked to QAnon. There's only about 5-6 people that have actually been posting.
So
I've talked to QAnon before, and they're saying QAnon is no longer QAnon.
It's definitely not the first time someone's.
And I was separately told this by QAnon.
Q's done some really clear posts on this stuff. Post 465. One post today. No other platforms used. No comms privately with anyone. Don't get lost. Q 475. Important. No comms with anyone privately. No comms outside this platform. Q 513. Important. No private comms past, present, or future, which is we just witnessed someone trying to claim they're from the future, saying that they're Q. Any claims that contradict the above should be considered fake news and disregarded immediately. Where we go one, we go all.
Thank you, Kiwi Patriot. Wow. That's it. Unless he's got some more here. Let me see.
Because I'm not just associated with Q, I am Q.
Yeah.
Me personally.
No, you're not. All right, so that's it right there. Austin seems like he should be in a hotel room with Gillum. I know, right? Some dude. 1,000. And how many? This guy's got quite a few. 200,000. I like this one. The Kiwi picked this one out. One post today. No other platforms used. No comms privately with anyone. Don't get lost, folks. Don't get lost.
I'm getting inundated in my direct messages of people sending me videos of this guy saying he sounds legit, and he's following me.
Yeah.
Well, there's quite. Last night I went through and I probably found at least 25, if not 30, what I would consider non-Q people acting like Q people on Twitter and making comments to him about his legitimacy. So there's not only him, but there's a huge wave of people that do not understand Q. I mean, if you're going to make a video being a Q person and you immediately called Q people a Q horde, that's a big bat symbol that says run.
Yeah.
Well, he had a new one up today saying, I'm putting it out there to all the people telling me that I'm, not legit. You don't take any money or anything right now because I don't take any money. He, because he's been boasting how rich he is.
That's the exact op that remember the op that the whole Patriot thing.
Yeah, the Patriot thing. Yeah, he's doing it now. That was like 2 hours ago. He put up a video.
This guy
calling out everybody.
If you're curious, go back through. This guy's claiming he's Q. If you're curious, just read his Twitter feed. Go back through the last 2 years. You won't find one Q post in there, and it's very, very simple. If you are Q, then go to 8kun and post us a note that says Austin Steinbart is Q behind that trip code, my friend, and then we'll all be on your side, won't we?
Yep. And well, I don't know about that. I'm not going to be on his side because of these kind of messages. Threaten me at my house.
Sarcasm.
Threaten me at my house, and you will be shot in the face. We feel zero bad about painting the sidewalk with your brain matter, buddy. And guess what? The cops won't do poop because this is Arizona. We don't play that poop around here. If you think I'm bluffing, come try me with a kiss. That's not how a Patriot talks.
Super clown. Okay. How many clowns can you get in a clown car, Matrixxx? Lots. Exactly right.
Yeah. So, I just do that. Patriots, don't attack Patriots, for one. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your account, if you have 1 follower or 15 million, you don't attack other people that are voting for Donald J. Trump. I'm sorry. All right, and here you go. This is what I was talking about. There's his thing. There's 15 likes on his little botnet. So there you go. There's your cue. Believe it if you want. The choice is yours, not mine. So
we have red pill. We have brainwashed you to think for yourself, and you are free to do so.
You are free to do as you want to, right? So this virus came from China. Dems say it's racist. Do you think our president will hold China accountable for spreading this bioweapon, a.k.a. the coronavirus? Wuhan flu, Shady.
Wuhan!
I love the way you say that.
Wuhan. Right?
Oh, I put in Discord a video I made yesterday. It's really fast, short, if you want to, like a last laugh.
How far up? Let me see, Jackie.
It should be like really recent, like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think you put it down right as we were starting the show, bud.
Okay.
So it'll be about an hour and a half ago.
Up there.
It's a 3 T's.
Oh, I see. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I'm going to play one more thing too. So this is March Madness, guys. I'm going to find this video that I had real quick. It's good too. And then I'll play Carly's because you just can't make this stuff up. Oh my gosh. And, everybody's saying China is good and all that stuff. Let me just see.
Even the president does. Oh, Xi's doing such a great job. That's all.
Bluff.
Guys, he's got to do that. That's part of the act.
The optics.
Okay.
Yep.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna stand up there and say, "Oh, we're gonna bomb China. Oh, he's so bad." Really?
Right. It's called diplomacy.
Exactly. Just like when he was in Russia, and oh, that was treasonous that he didn't take the side of his intel committee. And he takes the side of Putin. I said, what did you want him to do? Punch Putin in the face?
Yeah, just punch him right in the nose.
Seriously, just pop him one, all right? And that'll make America. Then they'll all be freaking out. Oh, that was treason. He put us in a war stand.
It's amazing.
People are so damn stupid.
He's anti-Russian. It's like, you can't make this shit up.
I thought I had dropped it in here, but I'm looking for yours now. I'm sorry. Hang on. All right. So anyways, guys, so this is amazing. Here we go. We got Carly's video right here with Nancy Pelosi.
Peter, the epidemiological this
Today, Junior.
The epidemiological this
Today,
Look at her eyes, guys.
the epidemiological
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Lord, get it out.
Right?
Wow.
Now she just came on doing with that weird background, like when she did with Schumer, and it looked like the Shining scene from The Shining. She came out today, and it was exactly what I had just finished saying with you guys. And it's 3 times testing, testing, testing. All right, she's been doing this for a couple days now. Testing, testing, testing. So that's that's a comm going out.
Yeah.
That's the spell. Testing, and they're all repeating it now.
So the testing, guess where it comes from? It comes from China, guys.
But it's testing, testing, testing.
Yeah.
So just remember that. I'll make a video of it when we're done here.
Okay.
But I'm gonna do like a montage of all of them doing it.
Okay, good. That would be great.
That's what they do. That's the Mockingbird. This is how, like, you put together that 33.
Yes. Do you have
same thing?
Do you have that China is asshole video?
Oh God, it's
asshole
far away. They got it on YouTube. They got it. Put some music on YouTube.
Oh my gosh,
some guy did it.
It is hilarious. I saw it this morning.
Hey, look, China is asshole.
I thought I dropped it. Yeah.
They put it to music. I had it up a while ago, but it's relevant again. So I'll find it. I'll put it up again.
Here it is.
And what's your message to? Have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in?
China is asshole. China is asshole.
I love it.
China is asshole. China is asshole. Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole. Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole. Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole. Donald Trump don't trust China.
China, 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 China. So don't tell me about China. I know China. Big league. China, 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 China. So don't tell me about China. I know China. Big league. Big league. Big league. Big league. Big.
China is asshole. China is asshole. China is asshole. China is asshole. Donald Trump don't trust China. 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 China is asshole. China is asshole. China is asshole. Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole. Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole. Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole. Donald Trump don't trust China.
China, 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 China. So don't tell me about China. I know China. Big league. China, 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 China. So don't tell me about China. I know China. Big league. Big league. Big league. Big league. Big.
So there you go, guys. That is funny. I am not gonna play the whole thing, but oh my God, I had to.
I love it.
Was that AJ on the elevator?
Yeah, that was him. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, maybe we're going to get China to pay off our debt, guys. I mean, that's what I think could happen. Because, I mean,
very well could.
Very well could. And with that, guys, Carly, let me get your final thoughts for the day. I know we just kind of got carried away. What's your final thoughts? Because we got the president coming on at 3:03.
Yes, 3:03. I was just going to say, Mr. President, I hope you were listening. You got to counteract their spells. So when they say testing, 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 this was perfect counterspell. China is asshole. Okay, because we know the truth.
That's right.
Right.
We do.
We know the truth, and the best is yet to come. God wins. Whatever you can say that counters their spells. And what I do is I laugh at them. I do anything to show the hypocrisy. I've been putting up a lot of videos of people doing the toilet paper run on my my Periscope the other day. I talked about the gorilla in the room, and I took my stuffed gorilla and I wrapped them in toilet paper to just show, don't fall into their mental trap. We're free now. We're free thinkers. Our souls have been freed. We're not under this spell. And if you can wake somebody up, like I do it with comedy, do it. Because if someone next to you was hurt, wouldn't you help them?
100%.
So you put your message out there any way you can. Don't give up. Because we're coming to a breaking point where this virus is going to wake up people that we never would have been able to get to. And the panic, I mean, for the last hour we've been on, every single leader of almost every single state has been on the news talking about a state of emergency for their state and closing schools and everything. All right, this has gone to DEFCON 9 with this. Well, whatever.
DEFCON 1.
I go 10 is the biggest
DEFCON
one. You go 1. You're counting backwards. DEFCON 1.
Look at
We're at DEFCON 1.
Go look at DEFCON posts. It's amazing. Good point, Carly. Wow. Let's just really quick. DEFCON. Look at DEFCON and you will see. DEFCON, double meanings exist.
Scroll down, probably be the very bottom one.
Definitely a con.
DEFCON scare.
BDT and DEFCON direct Q. DEFCON no such agency we knew. How do we know? Who did we meet? There's also who here he is. Fake incoming missile alert. DEFCON 1. DEFCON 1 post versus health scare.
Whoa.
Okay. Not Hillary. Hillary's HRC. Health scare. DEFCON 1, non-nuke, false. Interesting, right?
And Kim Jong has been shooting off a few missiles too, but it's like that whole story went on the back burner. They didn't even care about it.
These aren't about missiles. These are about non-nuke. These are about coronavirus. You took it too literal, you see? DEFCON 1. We're on DEFCON 1. We're going into what? National emergency? It's a non-nuke.
Well, they're doing it in every state.
Well,
all the states are doing it now. The president
right?
will be coming on.
Right? You get what I'm saying. This is just like war.
Non-nuke.
That's right. Carly, thank you. Tell them what time you coming on tonight with the Periscope.
Oh, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock rock with Carly.
Eastern.
6 o'clock rock with Carly Eastern time. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna say hi to Carly. Make sure you get over there. Periscope. What are you on there, Carly? Q?
I'm still at KBQ225 because it's that's the account that they took down.
Right
but
on,
I kept
guys.
the Periscope.
Right on. JT, what do you got going on? Your final words of the day.
Hey man, just I guess stay safe, wash your hands. Much love to everybody. I feel like this is a big another one of these big false flags, and I think hopefully it is, and more people wake up to it. I'll be live probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight. I'll wait till 7 so Carly can do her show, and I'll be jumping on Periscope. I got the trio playing tonight with the violinist and guitar player, so that'll be fun.
Ooh, can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a cool show. We're called the Rectifiers, and but that'll be fun. And just the Red Pill Road Show, and I got another show in August coming up. That's going to be a great time. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with my boys at Myrtle Beach, and hopefully Carly will come down. That'll be great.
Yeah. So we'll do that, and then we got that. So JT, Carly, thank you guys for joining us today. We really appreciate you guys. Press 17 if you guys love JT and Carly on Fridays. And then Shady, let's go ahead and get your final thoughts while I'm showing the March Madness brackets here.
Well, there's a few things that I would like to say. Number one, I would like to thank all of our wonderful Patriots out here who contributed to the campaign of Joe Ray Perkins last week. She was here, and we asked some people to contribute some $17 donations, and I think she said we got like $17 donations. And so if you guys don't know, Joe Ray Perkins is running for Senate for the state of Oregon. I'm going to drop her link here for you guys among the 17s. And I think she's with us out there today. But this is someone who's standing up and fighting for America and fighting for liberty. So I'd like to remind everybody to maybe give her some support, especially if you're out here in Oregon and you see the craziness that's going on. And thanks for helping her out. I'd like to thank JT for joining us today. It's such a great atmosphere to have JT and Carly be with us here and kind of break down the whole week and laugh and be serious. It penetrates in a different way whenever we can lighten the mood a little bit, and it's just an amazing journey. And thanks to all of you. And at the top of the priority list, you don't have to tell people that you don't think the coronavirus is valid to show people what it means to prepare and to properly be ready. We're seeing something like we've never seen. None of us have ever seen this. All of us that are following Q, we've never seen this either. So we're all going to be working on this together, and I think it's a great time for our future, for the fabric of our nation to become a little bit healed as opposed to more traumatized. And let's utilize this time that you have with your family to talk and to communicate and to have a discussion about who the president is and what he's saying, and let's reach out and red pill with small doses, not fire hoses, guys. Okay, and that's a big part of what I would like for everyone to understand, is that you really do catch people's attention with interesting questions as opposed to overt large statements that are direct and kind of hard to understand. So with that, Matrixxx, I appreciate you and thanks for everything. And I think we're going to be out here for a few minutes, and next week is going to be interesting to see what happens, brother. Gosh. But thanks to all of you guys. Yeah, much love.
If any big happenings happen, we will be sure to just check the Twitter and check the YouTube. Make sure you got the YouTube subscribed and notifications on. I also want to give a big special thanks to Jessie Melton. Yes. For Congress right here. If you could donate her a couple bucks too. She's going against, this is House of Representatives, Jesse. So we got Joe Ray. Let's get 2 17s for Joe Ray if we can today. That would be awesome. And let's get, a couple for Jesse too. She's going against the Parkland criminal cartel of Ted Deutsch, who says that he is a Jewish candidate, from Parkland, but he's actually, espousing Islamic radical beliefs, guys. And guys, he knew Gillum. He knew all these people. There are a lot of races in this country that we need all of America to get behind. And these are just 2 of them right here. There's many more, guys. But get your brackets filled out. We will see you guys on the flip side. Our president is coming up in just a few minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, maybe even 13, because he might come out at 3:03. We'll do that. We'll take bets 3:03. Let's see if he does it. But guys, just watch Q and our president. Don't listen to the other fluff, guys. And when they see panic, think of Patriots are now in control. And with that, guys, we are out of here. Shady.
Much love, everyone.
Always a pleasure, brother. I love you. See you guys later.
Yes, sir. You too.
That's at Shady Groove with 3 O's on Twitter, intheMatrixxx with 3 X's, intheMatrixxx with 3 X's.com, Patreon, my Patriot Supply link down below, Red Pill Living down below, /intheMatrixxx, redpillliving.com /intheMatrixxx. Help us out, guys. Teespring, get cool stuff, Patreon, PayPal. Thank you, Super Chatters. Couldn't do it without you. Much love. Peace. Happy birthday, Jackie. Da, da, da. Happy birthday. And INF John, happy birthday to you. Much, much love. See you guys soon.